Nice intentions are omnipresent in policy, wrote us political economist Brian Kaplan. Which is deficient, yet, are exact beliefs. Elections are ever a nice event to testing such a beliefs. Is India's Narendra Modi very a athlete lead in the sculpt of Turkey's CEO Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Russia's lead Vladimir Putin? Will he prosper in manufacturing the giant 2019 poll a president plebiscite on his productivity? Are human beings very unfortunate how Mr. Modi did not conduct out the type of drastic economical reforms how lot mind he would? Is he a precise favorite to save a other period in force, thanks to the absence of a charisma competing? Is nice economy bad policy in the planet's greatest democratic state? Does growing nationism endanger democratic state? In his charming new volume, Democratic State on the Way, Ruchir Sharma grapples in these questions and more than. The World Depositor, writer and New York Times observer has done 27 poll trips to India with 1998 for that, he says, he must include managed a range almost equivalent to a lap about land. He's been to more than rather than part of India's 29 state and to the 10 largest densely populated and politically essential state more than rather than one day. I trapped up in him on his latter travel to India. View polls in India include occasionally shown a social wish for a powerful lead, unshackled of the compulsions of parliament democratic state. Yet, Mr. Sharma says, the election realities of India in fact insurgent versus athlete leaders. In the late, Indians' origin for the underdog, he said me. This more democratic pulse is powerful. If the lead becomes haughty, he is stretched downward by the human beings. Largest importantly, it is hard for one lead to prevail for length in the unusually various nation. So various how a guideline multi-ethnic company divides 29 Hindu state in a future 14 submarine regions since customer tastes, manners and languages are far more than fragmented in India. The actual force of Hindu democratic state, says Mr. Sharma, put in its variety. He believes in malice of Mr. Modi designing by himself as a athlete, India is very no nation for strong men. This 2019 poll is creature throw as a competition among Modi and the otherwise, a plebiscite on India's appetite suppressant for athlete guideline and obligation to democratic state. More than potential, the poll will form up as a episode of country contests. The outcome will rely on if the opposition parties can job along to chafe the BJP. Down there is vast testimony to supporting Mr. Sharma's complaint. Provincial parties now conduct more than rather than 160 seats, almost a tertiary of the seats, in Parliament, up of 35 in the previous stage following autonomy. The essential new event has transformed our general elections in a conjunction of country-level provincial or submarine national elections, says psephologist Pranoy Swarm. BJP's historical win in 2014, Lot Trust, was a dark labed, a very hardly and unexpected occasion. Mr. Sharma says BJP could win a tertiary of the famous voice as it did for the Modi wavelength in 2014, yet miss its most of seats in the parliament. One cause, on to Mr. Sharma, is incumbents don't normally gain, and challengers make. Winner parties in overcrowded country elections frequently requirement just a tertiary of the voice to get a most of seats. Pranoy Roy found how 70% of the governments in big and middle-sized state were deserted out by voters among 1977 and 2002. The image currently, he believes, is more than blended. Governments present include a 50-50 opportunity of creature de-elected. Hindu policy force is difficult one and momentary. Candidates include to go via tests of society, household, bloating, well-being, growth, corrupt practices. Among 10 to 20% of the constituency are done up of several of the dominating communities. Largest state are hotbeds of against incumbency. Mr. Sharma as well doubts if largest Indians are very unfortunate how Mr. Modi did not rotate out to be the reformist they may include hoped to. India's policy DNA, he says, is radically socialistic and statesman. Down there is no actual supporting for systemic complementary market reformation, each amongst voters or amongst the policy elitists, and no mark how, which is usually deliberate nice economy, will always be a consecutive poll-winning policy. Reforms in India, normally, include been each by trick or caused by an economical meltdown. As well, Mr. Sharma believes how fears of growing nationalism and sectarian policy setting democratic state in danger are unreasonable. They tend to undervalue the verify stipulated by sub-domestic honor. Back to his favorite topic, he says India is too diverse to be dominated by Narendra nationalism. Or, in the late, he believes the 2019 voting will propose a selection of two various policy visions, one celebration the fact of Lot Indias, the some seeking to construct one India.